Greetings, friends. This is Marc David, founder of the Institute for the Psychology of Eating. Today's topic, the secret formula for successful change. A lot has been said about this thing called change. You've probably heard that change is inevitable. You've heard that change is the one constant in the universe. And you likely know from experience that no matter how things are right now, eventually, whether we like it or not, they will change. So here's a fascinating challenge. There's a large number of people who are looking to create change in their life when it comes to their eating habits and their unwanted concerns with food. I'm talking about binge eating, overeating, emotional eating, or simply following a diet that we know isn't good for us and we want to do something different, but we just can't seem to make that change. Wouldn't it be nice if there were a magic formula for change? Wouldn't the world be a better place if the process of changing or transforming any unwanted behavior was just a little easier? Well, I think I may have found the best formula yet. I mean that. And if it isn't the best formula, it's probably at least in the top 3. But before I tell you what it is, the rule here is that you have to try it out and prove it or disprove it for yourself. So, the secret formula for successful change is this. We need to love ourselves into change and transformation rather than hate ourselves into it. Did that land for you? Does that make sense? Let me tell you what I mean. So many of us are conditioned and taught that if we want to change an unwanted eating habit, lose weight, deal with overeating or binge eating, then we clearly have an awful problem that needs to be attacked. Consider this eating challenge your enemy. Consider yourself a willpower weakling. Perhaps you're a loser. Perhaps you need to be the biggest loser. And whatever the case, there's clearly something wrong with us because only someone who has something wrong with them would have such an eating problem. And such eating problems, as we seem to be taught, deserve our contempt, our scorn, self-attack, a constant barrage of negative internal conversation. Somehow, this approach is supposed to help rid ourselves of the problem and change our behavior. So, my friends, my question is this. If you're the kind of person who has indeed followed such a strategy in any way, shape, or form, how has it been working for you? Have you been successful? Are you happier? Does this approach make you a better person? And equally important, if you've ever tried to help another person by insisting that there's something wrong with their character because they have an eating issue, has this approach worked for them? Here's my point. Hating ourselves into true change and transformation is a dead-end street. All we're doing is building up a bank account of self-attack and self-rejection. So what we're left with is generally a poor self-image and a lack of any kind of sustainable result when it comes to true change or transformation. The old method of attacking self or demeaning self into change is outdated and it's no longer useful. It should have died with the dinosaurs a long time ago. It elevates no one. And indeed, such hate actually locks in the very unwanted behavior that we're trying to let go of in the first place. When you fight a habit, it tends to fight back. What we resist will tend to persist. Self-love is the greatest alchemical agent. I mean that. It doesn't mean that you have to love your unwanted eating habit and give it all kinds of hugs and kisses, even though that probably wouldn't hurt. It means that you focus on loving you, the person who has the unwanted habit, and find ways to cheerlead yourself, inspire yourself, and uplift yourself into change. At our core, human beings respond in a fantastically successful way to love. How can we expect hating ourselves into change to deliver us to the ultimate destination of self-love? The road that we take will always determine our destination. If you take a road of self-attack in order to change yourself, you'll end up at the end of that road all beat up. If you take a road of self-love to change yourself, I'm suggesting you'll ultimately get where you want to go. This may be the single most important strategy for transforming any unwanted eating challenge. It's the road less traveled. And it's actually a very scenic, beautiful, and much easier ride. If you haven't gone down this avenue, then you totally owe it to yourself to chart a new course. I hope this was helpful, my friends. To learn more, go to psychologyofeating.com. The Institute for the Psychology of Eating offers the most innovative and inspiring professional trainings, public programs, conferences, online events, and much more. Through our Eating Psychology Coach Certification training, you can grow a new career and help your clients break through the most compelling eating challenges of our times. If you're focused on your own eating and health, the Institute offers a great selection of one-of-a-kind opportunities to take a big leap forward in your relationship with food. We are proud to be international leaders in online and live educational events that are designed to create the breakthroughs you want most. Our professional and public programs are powerful, results-oriented, and embrace all of who we are as eaters. I'm talking body, mind, heart, and soul. For questions, you can always email us at info@psychologyofeating.com. We'll be sure to get back to you real soon. This is Marc David, founder of the Institute for the Psychology of Eating. Thank you so much for your time and interest.